Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to a brand new episode of Can Naomi Cook? It is the start of a brand new era on this series because I am no longer in Canada. This is officially the first Can Naomi Cook that I am filming in Japan in my Japanese kitchen that is actually about this size. So today's episode is going to be a simple one, but very delicious. As someone who can't have a lot of sugar and has to watch her blood sugar very carefully, desserts aren't usually something that I can indulge in. Although, I have discovered a brand new dessert that is definitely number one on my list, which is a Japanese dessert that you can find at Denny's. It isn't the same as American Denny's, although I've actually never been to the Denny's in America, so I only know Japanese Denny's. At this restaurant, you can order Shiratama Azuki, which is a combination of vanilla ice cream, mochi, and azuki beans. And that is why today's recipe is going to be very simple, because it only has 3 ingredients. Alrighty, let's make dessert! Now the first step is to soak your beans the night before you want to cook them. Cover them with water and leave them overnight for 8 to 12 hours. The next morning, pour the beans into a strainer to remove the water and rinse the beans thoroughly. Pour the beans into a big enough pot for them to double their size, and enough water to cover 2 to 3 centimeters above the beans. Turn the heat on high. When the water started boiling, I turned down the heat and let the beans simmer for 5 minutes. I think this was my first mistake. I had read the instructions wrong and I was supposed to turn the heat off and let the beans sit for 5 minutes. Let's try this again. After letting them sit for 5 minutes, strain the beans one last time and put them back into the pot for their last cooking session. Cover the beans with just enough water, turn the stove on high, and get comfy. We are going to be watching these beans for the next 40 minutes. You want the beans to always be submerged in the water, but not too much water or they will fall apart. The water will keep evaporating, so keep adding little amounts of water and patting the beans down into the water. This is why you will need to stand by. It's a great time to listen to a podcast or play some jams in order to keep you sane. So most of the instructions on the internet have said to simmer the beans for about an hour or even more until they're soft. And I just got around the 40-minute point, and this is definitely a very soft bean. Oh yum, they taste really good even without sugar. I've got my brown sugar, I've got them in little cubes, and I'm going to start adding them now. By the way, this is what the beans look like right now. The next part that we need to make is the mochi. I picked these up at the local grocery store. It's really simple. All I've got to do is break up these pieces and boil them in the pot, and then it will be done. That's it. And I've made a dessert that I absolutely love, and hopefully it'll be good.
First of all, thank you for making this wonderful dessert. It's one of my favorite desserts in Japan, as well as maybe favorite desserts, period.
But, how was mine though?
It was really good. I mean, yeah. Aside from the appearance, I mean, it tastes great. I mean, are you asking about comparing to what we had at Denny's?
That's what I'm going off of because that's the one that I like.
I think taste-wise is just as good as Denny's. In fact, I prefer the red beans to be not as sweet. Mm-hmm. It's my personal preference, and it goes really well with the ice cream.
My mochi turned out a bit funny. It was in the fridge for too long and it got dry, but a quick throw in the microwave made it a little bit better. Mm-hmm. So my personal opinion is I still think I like Denny's better. I mean, I enjoy the Haagen-Dazs ice cream better than Denny's vanilla ice cream. I don't know. There's something about the beans that's a bit different. Maybe, do you think that they taste different at all? Because these ones are purple.
Yeah, it could be a different kind of red beans. Slightly different kind.
Yeah. I think I overcooked them a little bit. I don't know if that's maybe the type of bean. And also at Denny's, I like less cooked, I guess. Less cooked bean. The beans are more whole. They're less of a mush.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I like mush.
Anyways, I am happy with the result. Like, I can make it. I think it's a good dupe, like a home dupe. It's definitely a lot more affordable. But the presentation for sure isn't that great. It doesn't look like the most delicious thing. But it is also... What time is it right now?
It's like 10:30.
It's like 10:30 and we're about to go to bed, so I didn't have the energy or the time to make it look really pretty. I just wanted to eat it.
Me too.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and maybe you guys have a new dessert to try out at a restaurant, or if you can find Azuki beans in your local grocery store, you can make them too and see if you like them with ice cream. They are a great combination, that's for sure. We're gonna go to bed now.
Good night.
I don't want to say goodnight to them.
Yeah.
It could be their morning.
Oh, okay. Good night.